John Hayes, blacksmith.
Give us a range of things that you do, John. What are the range of sort of things that you would do for people? If somebody said to you, phoned you up and asked you to do so, what would you do? Gates and so on, wrought iron gates and so on?
Gates, of course. There's a real variety to the sort of work that it is, though.
Yeah.
The work tends to be more traditional. I avoid fabrication and competing with welders in that way. But yes, a real range to it. Remaking old pieces to fit, making new pieces to look old, all that sort of thing.
Do you find it's a dying art, or is it, people like you? How many people like you are doing it in this county?
Not so many, but it's a very useful tool.
And as far as you're concerned, it's a dying art, but not for you. You've been exceptionally busy.
No, I think there's a future in it. You know, I think people will want the articles of the forge in the future.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Ian Stinsmore, we're from the Ashford Radio Aero Modellers. We fly out of Lyminge. We've got about 119 members, various from helicopters to fixed wing, jets, turbines, you name it, we fly it. There's nothing we can't fly there, so yeah, it's a good club. We've got some really nice people in there, very helpful. As you can see, we've got all kinds of models, various different ones, from a few pounds to like thousands of pounds. It's a World War II Hawker Fury. It's obviously it's radio control. It's got a OS90 engine in it. It's got full retracts, so all the wheels go up and everything. It's not a perfect scale model, but it's close to a scale model. Yeah, it looks really pretty in the air. A lot of the planes nowadays are what they call almost ready to fly. Yeah. So that you basically get all the fuselages all pre-made, and you have to put all the radio gear in, mount the engine, all the linkages, all the electrics and that kind of stuff.
So what is it made of? What are they made of,
well,
basically?
These ones have got like a fiberglass, what they call monocoque shell, which is like all fiberglass body. The wings are like foam wings coated with veneer, whereas obviously this one is all balsa wood and solar film, so this is all completely built up from scratch.
Thank you very much indeed for that, sir.
Hello there, my name is Rodney Broadley. I've been asked to bring tractors here to the Lyminge Day today. We had one little bit of a disaster on one tractor coming down, unfortunately. It's the Ford 5000 with a little bit of clutch problem. Obviously, through the winter months it's seized on, so we couldn't get it here. So I brought the tractor that did me a bit of winning around the shows last year, which is a roadless. This roadless, I bought it as scrap. I actually found it in Kent here. When I found it, there was just no panels on it at all. The front axle, front wheels, all the running gear, the engine, the gearbox and back axle was there. There was no rear tyres on it. Anything that had been taken off was taken off. Injector pump, everything had been gone. So we dragged it home on my lorry, winched it on my lorry, and we got it home. And it actually took me 14 months to actually rebuild this tractor. We just went absolutely mad to get it right. It's a job to find the proper parts for these tractors. So quite a few of the parts on this tractor are patent parts, and it is a job to make them fit. But this tractor, the engine was seized solid. I've actually still got a piston at home, which we've got to drill down the side of it to get it out of the block, so we could get the liners out, to replace the liners, to replace the pistons and rings. All the crankshaft in this is absolutely original, all standard steel. So we just put new shells on it and away we go. We rebuilt all the gearbox on this, all the back axle we had apart for the hydraulics, get all them all set up properly, and it's here today in its glory. Last year it won me, I've got 4 trophies with this around the shows and a rosette, which I was very, very pleased. We now move on to the 1000 series, which Ford's was going on, and these tractors were built. This particular one is a D-Reg, a 1966 Ford 4000. They run a 2, a 3, a 4 and a 5, and we all say that's the set. I've got just a little bit more than that. I've got some in between. I'm going to a show down in East Sussex end of this month, and 5 of these tractors will be there in their glory of what we've got them here today. These 2 tractors, the Super Dexter, had an engine rebuild this winter. Loads of original parts on it, and it's glory. Very pleased to be here. This is a 2000 Dexter, built by Fords, obviously. This was built in '64 and launched in '65. Thousands of tractors were built at Dagenham and other places in Belgium, and then they was all launched in '65 when the tractors was launched. I'm actually doing up a 3000, very, very standard tractor, and it's going to be, the parts in it are just nearly all original. There's not many parts on it that are not original, and that's going to be on the road as from next weekend. So, and also I've got another tractor which I've still got to go and get home, which is a 2000, very basic. Fords had tractors, they came out with no headlights on, with a sprung-loaded seat. I've got one of them, which won't be done up until next winter. So this time next year we might have it here. We'll have to see how we go. But as you see today, I've got as much as I can get here, and I think we've done very well through this winter with 3 tractors rebuilt.
What makes you want to be interested in these machines?
I've been in agriculture all my life. Back in the 60s, mid-60s, I was an agricultural contractor here in Kent, and used to run the Ford 4000 and a 5000 in agricultural. 6 years ago, really, my first tractor was the 5000 to rebuild that. So, you know, and then it escalated, and I thought, right, I'm going to get the collection, and, you know, I've got it.
So how many machines have you got?
I've actually got 7,000 series of this particular model. I've got 7 of them in total.
Now you're in the National Tractor Club.
That's right.
There is a local association
That's right.
connected to that club. Tell us a bit about that. How does that run in the county?
Yeah, it's run at near Hothfield once a month, and I haven't been up there too much this winter because I've been too busy in my workshop. Evenings, 9 o'clock at night, you know, after weekends, you know, I haven't had much time at all, you know, getting the paint right, you know, getting the preparation right, which is a long time to get it right, you know, and you think, oh, it's never going to rain, like, you know, but here's the sample.
Right, now if you have to put things together with parts and so on from kits, how do you go about that? I mean, do you have printouts sent to you to get the...
No, just chuck all those parts, all this tractor, I can honestly say to you, apart from the gearbox, just put it in a bag of bits and I'll build it for you.
Give us some idea of the cost of these things.
This tractor today would probably be worth about 5 or 6 grand because it's one of a collection, and all the collection I don't know.
Thanks very much indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed.